Right now on Hoosier News Source, 3 little 500 riders off the bike for the time being, and all for the same reason. Learn of the growing problem affecting cyclists and what police are doing to help.
Plus, a new ordinance banning tents in public parks in Bloomington is getting pushed back. We'll tell you why some activists are concerned with the changes.
And the numbers are in. Here are the results of this year's IU census. Hoosier News Source starts now.
I have to live with the fact that, I might not be able to write normally again. I might not be able to type, and I might not be able to put clothes on normally or make food or even throw a baseball.
An unimaginable injury is now a harsh reality for one little 500 rider. Hit by a car while on a bike, and he's not alone. Thanks for being with us. I'm Carly Flanagan.
And I'm Callie Lichter. With not one but 3 riders all being hit by a car within the same week, the question is, what is being done to keep this from happening? HNS reporter Grace Morocco is in studio and has more on the story. Grace?
Thanks, Callie. Last week, a series of close calls on the streets of Bloomington has called for bike safety awareness. I sat down with 2 of the 3 little 500 cyclists who were involved. They told me they are grateful to be alive. Cyclist Connor Furlong, Jackie Figura, and Hunter Jones all have something in common. But after last week, it's a little more than just competing in the little 500. All 3 cyclists were hit by separate cars, resulting in non-life-threatening injuries.
I was just in shock. It happened so fast.
The incidents happened on the corner of 2nd and High Street, North Baker Avenue, and Law Lane. Hunter Jones was left with multiple injuries after a minivan struck him on Wednesday.
I just remember waking up just with a burning feeling on my face. I had burns all down my leg, and it was just really hard to breathe.
Beta Sigma Psi rider Connor Furlong was hit by a separate vehicle just 2 days prior, resulting in several injuries, including 2 broken thumbs.
I have to live with the fact that, I might not be able to write normally again. I might not be able to type, and I might not be able to put clothes on normally or make food or even throw a baseball.
The accidents are calling for more awareness on bike safety.
Following state laws, stopping at stop signs, riding the right way down a one-way street, following speed limit laws, your probability of being involved in an incident goes way down. Basically, be predictable as a cyclist.
Experts claim that the #1 reason for bike and car collisions is the driver's ability to see the cyclist. That's why wearing bright colors such as these and attaching a simple light to your bike can help save a life. The road to recovery may be long, but those involved are hoping this story will serve as a cautionary tale. What do you want other cyclists to know?
Don't let a 2,000-pound vehicle or anything like that affect your life like it did to me and a couple other little 5 riders, I guess.
IUPD tells me that students should expect to see an increase in officers stopping cars and cyclists who aren't following the law. These stops, they say, will be educational.
Grace, thank you.
To read more on this story and all other stories you see on Hoosier News Source, log on to IUSTV.com and click on the News tab. The Bloomington Board of Park Commissioners passed a resolution which prohibits enclosed tents in the city's public parks. The resolution affects unhoused communities in downtown Bloomington who use enclosed tents in both Seminary and Switchyard parks as makeshift housing. The board argues the resolution will cut down on drug use within the city's public parks. Critics say it will only push unhoused residents around the city rather than finding them permanent housing.
These are human beings. They're a part of this community, whether you like it or not. They don't have anywhere to go. We have no shelters in this town, not enough. We don't have enough housing. We don't have enough affordable housing.
Park commissioners hope cutting down on enclosed tents will limit illegal activity in the city's public parks. The resolution will not prohibit structures approved by the Parks and Recreation Department.
The woman accused of hitting and killing an IU student who was on an e-scooter last fall has had her new trial date set. Madelyn Howard will face a jury beginning February 26th of next year. Police say Howard was driving home after a night of drinking last September when she hit IU junior Nathaniel Stratton near the intersection of 12th and Walnut Streets. Howard fled the scene and was later found by police. Her car had heavy damage. Stratton later died at the hospital. Howard faces several felony charges, including leaving the scene of an accident, causing death while operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated, and reckless homicide.
The search continues for a convicted killer that escaped from a Pennsylvania prison, on the run for nearly a week now. Authorities say Daniello Calavente escaped from Chester State Prison Thursday morning while waiting to be transferred to a state prison. He was seen on security cameras in a residential neighborhood on Saturday. Calavente was sentenced to life in prison last month for murdering his girlfriend. Police consider him to be an extremely dangerous person.
The main factor that could be improved is IU's response to incidents that happen.
A new ranking puts IU Bloomington among the top colleges in the country for LGBTQ+ students. But one student says there is still room for growth. That and more when Hoosier News Source returns. IU Bloomington has once again been named one of the most LGBTQ+ friendly campuses. Campus Pride released their 2023 Best of the Best list for colleges with the best programs and policies for LGBTQ+ students. The reasons for IU's high ranking include a student and academic life, as well as support resources like the LGBTQ+ Culture Center. Some LGBTQ+ students, like Linda Arlente, think it also has to do with the area where IU is located.
Overall, I would put IU pretty high, but I also think that a lot of that has to do with Bloomington being a really LGBTQ safe community. So I don't know which was the chicken and which was the egg.
Over the summer, Best Colleges also ranked IU Bloomington highly for its LGBTQ+ policies. They put the campus at 4th in the country.
Mayor Hamilton recently presented next year's proposed city budget, totaling out to $249 million. Some of the highlights of the budget include a $500 bonus for city employees. The city will also pay up to $2,500 in travel expenses for employees traveling out of state for reproductive health. Across the community, the budget will allocate money for new sidewalks, street improvements, and traffic signals. Bloomington City Council is now accepting applications to join its boards and commissions. Positions are open to any community member interested in serving. Some of the available spots include the Community Advisory on Public Safety Commission and the Parking Commission, along with many others. For a full list of available positions and how to apply, find the story on our website, IUSTV.com.
New student housing will fill the site of a building demolished near campus last year. We'll tell you about the multi-million-dollar project when Hoosier News Source returns.
IU Bloomington has set yet another enrollment record. This is the 3rd year in a row. Nearly 22,000 undergraduate and graduate students were admitted to all of IU's campuses this year. Here in Bloomington, 10,000 new students make up the freshman class. IU also touted a 5% increase in the number of students of color, who now make up 30% of the student body. The university's online program also saw a growth from the previous year. IU says just over half of all IU students are enrolled in at least one online class.
A new housing option on campus may soon be built at the site of the old Puplers building. The IU Board of Trustees approved an $81 million project at their August meeting. A 6-story housing facility would feature nearly 160 units, and rentals will be prioritized for IU graduate students and faculty. The university hopes to have the new faculty facility open for the 2026-27 academic year.
As I'm sure we're all well aware, it's been hot. For the month of September, most of the country is likely to see above average temperatures. Part of Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas are most likely to experience these above average temperatures, but even out here in Bloomington, we still have a significant chance of warmer than normal temperatures. This Friday at 7 p.m., IU takes on Indiana State for football here at home. It'll be a gorgeous game day, staying in the mid to low 70s as we approach kickoff, and temps will drop down to the mid to high 60s by the time the Hoosiers hopefully bring home a win. As for the rest of the week, today is the hottest it's going to get, and hopefully for a while. After a chance of storms today, a cold front will move through, bringing cooler temperatures this weekend that'll send us off into next week. Stay safe and have a great week. Back to you at the desk.
Coming up next in sports, it was a busy weekend for Hoosier athletics. Griffin Healy gets you caught up on all the action when we come back.
Welcome back. I'm Griffin Healy. Hoosier athletics had quite a busy weekend, with football putting up a decent fight in their first half of their season opener. The Hoosiers took a 23-3 loss against the number 3 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. Despite the 20-point defeat, there were positives to take away from Indiana's defense. Ohio State star junior wide receivers Emeka Egbuka and Marvin Harrison Jr. were only held to 5 receptions and 34 yards on the day. Indiana redshirt senior linebacker Aaron Casey was also the best player on the defense, recording 11 tackles while being all over the field. The offense, on the other hand, had trouble moving the ball. Neither Indiana quarterback, redshirt freshman Brendan Sorsby and Taven Jackson, completed a combined 9 of 21 passes for 82 yards. The Hoosiers look for their first win of the season against the Indiana State Sycamores at 7 p.m. this Friday. Indiana men's soccer entered back into the win column on Monday night against the Seton Hall Pirates at home. Throughout the first half, Indiana outshot Seton Hall 5-1, but could not convert on multiple scoring opportunities. The drought would finally come to an end at the 62nd minute of the match, with the lone goal coming from junior forward Sam Sarver, assisted by senior Maloon Gumbale. Indiana has its next match against South Florida at 7 p.m. on Friday. After a 2-2 tie at number 25 Tennessee, the Indiana women's soccer program defeated Northern Illinois 2-0 at home on Sunday. Graduate student forward Paige Weber scored both goals on the night, with the first coming at the 35th minute, assisted by sophomore forward Marissa Grzesiak. The second goal came at the 63rd minute, being assisted by junior midfielder Hope Paredes. The Hoosiers outshot the Huskies 20-5 with a 9-0 ratio of shots on goal. The next match will be this Thursday at 7 p.m. against Louisville.
I personally am so excited for IU sports to come back. I feel like after being away for a semester, I'm ready to start getting back into that IU groove.
There's something in the air this season, I think.
I'm ready for all the fun. It's my second year, so I now know where everything is, so I can tailgate and have fun and watch the game. Even if we lose, it's fine.
Yeah, and we probably will lose. So.
Hey, we have faith. We can have faith.
For the rest of the week, today is the hottest it's going to get, with a high of 86 and a chance of storms. A cold front moves through for tomorrow, bringing cooler temperatures this weekend, with highs in the mid to upper 70s. We also look to stay dry with no rain chances through early next week.
I am very excited for it to start getting a little bit cooler. It has been exceptionally hot out, and especially walking all over campus, I just cannot take it anymore.
I wore this sweater all day today, and I'm dying on the inside.
Oh,
it's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
I can relate to you with this suit too, just wearing this all day. Ooh.
It's been the humidity, really.
Yes, really has.
And thank you for watching this week's Hoosier News Source.
As always, be sure to follow us on social media and check out IUSTV.com to stay up to date on all the latest news, weather, and sports.
Have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you back here next week.